Greetings. Good evening. Ashe. Yes, I'm not even going to be here long. I just want to come on and happy full moon, happy super full moon, flower moon, Sagittarius, eclipse, all that good stuff. Greetings. Yes, there's a lot of energy taking place right now. There's a lot of power taking place right now. I know everybody is doing their rituals, their workings, their spells, a little bit of everything. Hexes, cord cuttings, manifestations, ashe, celebratory moments, AYIBOBO. But yeah, just know that for everything good, there must be a balance. There's a lot of shadows. This eclipse is a shadowy time, ashe. Venus being behind the sun for a while, y'all. Shadowy time. And even when she comes out, depending on where you are, she may be hiding behind the moon, ashe. So yeah, with this energy, the big picture, the smoke screens, the mirrors, everything that we've been talking about. Y'all been rocking with Amethyst and Clover. We've been talking about it for almost 2 years now. That time is here. So, our harvest is coming in. Our dreams, they're really starting to blossom. Even if it's still within, they're still, they're about to blossom. And that can be a very unnerving time. That's energy within itself. It takes a lot of energy for that seed, to burst through life. Ashe. Yeah, I like that. And you definitely want to make sure that you're paying attention to the bigger picture, not just what's in front of you. Like even within this full moon, there's a lot of talk and there's a lot of beauty taking place in regards to this full moon. But you must take a look at what's going on behind the scenes as well. That for me, shadow worker is what the eclipse is all about. Is what all of the other planets are doing as well. Mercury just went into retrograde. Pluto stays in retrograde. Ashe. This full moon energy took place during Scorpio power. Ashe. That's a part of the dead, the life, death, rebirth phase, the Marafatwa energy coming through, the underworld, the other realms. Ashe definitely coming through. We're in Gemini season, communication. You got Jupiter that's squared off with the moon, so there's a lot of fucking energy taking place. And when you mash it all up, you may not know exactly what to do. And this is why now more so than ever and moving forward, like if you were ever, doubtful of spirituality, religion, faith, now is your time to let that be at the crossroads, to make a decision, how you're going to rock. And you must rock. Ashe, because this is that time where it's test time. And your faith is going to be tested, your willpower, your determination, because that blossoming season, that means it's time to, we're going, as we move forward, we're going to harvest. We're going to go into that autumn season, that autumn phase, and it's going to be, time to harvest. But before we can even harvest, we got to reap the harvest. And there's a lot of challenges that are going to take place before we can even do those things. Some of us are going through those challenges now. Some of us are experiencing like our past is just coming right on back. It's just like it's coming right on back. But you're going to have to, be rooted in your faith and in your spirituality, in your religion, in your practice, in yourself. You're going to have to be bold and, try something new. And please make sure that trying something new is not whack. Meaning you're doing something old in a different way. So you're calling that something new. Nah, we're not doing that. we definitely not doing that. These are the times of the hard changes. We're in that 5th year. This is a 5-year, 2021, 5-year. You know, it's challenges and conflict, but it's also changes, powerful, important changes. And with everything that's taking place, Jupiter, Mercury, you know, you got big, bold changes. And those are the rewards for me. Like, those are the rewards, the things that I've been dreaming and planning and working towards. They're big dreams, you know, they're big dreams. And I cemented that December the 21st during the Jupiter and Saturn conjunction. Hope y'all remember that. Hope you remember what you were doing during that time, because that energy that you put out all the way back then, what was that, 5, almost 6 months ago? Yeah, that's what's coming. So remember why you're doing everything that you're doing now. You know, remember when, even if it wasn't during that time frame, that was for me. You know, just remember, you know, what it was that you were thinking of, wishing for, praying for, working towards. You know, that big goal, that big dream. Yeah, that's what's blossoming. That's what's blooming. That's what's coming. And we have to make room. Shango and Oya, they're here. They're riding out. And yeah, it's not the most pleasant. It's not the most pleasant, but it is definitely worth it. You know, with that Pluto energy, you know, Pluto energy is all about spontaneity, the unexpected surprises. Surprise, nigga. You know, it's that. What's going on, Jania? Greetings, sis. You know, that's what's popping. That's what's happening. And that also that spiritual warfare. And I know some don't rock with that, to each their own, Ashe. But for those that do, that's what's happening. You know, I dreamt about that. Loas, Orishas, Oshun. I was, what the fuck is happening here? Like, even in my dream, I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? You know, and it really caused me to spend some time inwardly. That's why I haven't really been around. Y'all know me in my lives, baby. But yeah, I really had to spend some time because there were a lot of messages that were coming for me. There were a lot of things that was taking place, and I needed to focus. And I'm still focused, because that is the name of the game, especially when we just got done with Taurian energy. Don't think that because now we're in Gemini, then Taurus energy just cuts off. It doesn't. It doesn't work that way. Like, even with the planets, and, you know, when they go from retrograde to direct, there's still a shadowy period. There's a shadowy time, you know, that takes place. And that's the same thing that happens when we're going from one moon cycle to the next. It doesn't just dissipate. It's not just over. You know, when we're working it, and those of us that are working it, that energy stays with us, and it goes into our knapsack, and we carry it with us. You know, it's not gone. And, you know, for those that utilize it, tonight's that night. Actually, the whole week. The whole week is that week. You know what I'm saying? The 3 days before, the day of, and 3 days after, if you rock. This whole week. And it's actually the energy, a lot of energy is going to be taking place for the whole year. And then a lot of energy is going to be taking place for the next 28 days. But the key word, the consistent, is the energy. There's going to be mad energy. And it's going to be kind of fiery. Sagittarius, fire energy, baby. You know, you got Mercury closest to the sun, they say. Fire energy, fire on fire, you know. And then you have Venus. She's been behind the sun, and she's already hot in her own right. You know what I'm saying? But she's been behind the sun, so she's on fire. So it's fire on fire on fire. And then we're in Gemini season, and Gemini is an air sign. So that fire is going to blow. Gemini is also about, you know, communications, as all air signs, but we're talking about Gemini. And the communication, it's going to be a lot, and it's going to be challenging, and it's going to be hard. But some of these conversations that we're going to face, they need to be had in order for us to clear that path or unblock whatever is blocking us. We need to go in and have those talks, have those conversations, but you must remember to do it with love. And the reason why I say you must remember, again, because Venus has been, you see me looking, I'm looking out my window. I have a window right at the step platform, and it just lights up and it's red and it's orange, and it's because it's lightning and it must be close, but every now and again I can see it flashing. So if you see me, that's what I'm doing. But anyway, I'm saying love as the focus because it's in the shadows. Just in case you didn't catch the beginning. It has been behind the sun, and it will be distancing itself from the sun as time goes on. It's set up until Memorial Day. But then depending on where you are, Venus will then be behind the moon. Like you really won't be able to see Venus, even though it's called the evening star. You'll be able to see her from anywhere. So you may get a glimmer of her. If you find the moon, you'll probably find a little bright light. That would be Venus, Ashe. But again, shadowy time. 5 also rocks with Oshun. So Oshun shows us a different way of handling a situation. And it just ties into that something new, and when you're rocking with that Taurian energy about being grounded and really taking your time and thinking things through. Try not to overthink. That's the thing, but really thinking things through, mainly because it's time to get moving. All this fire moves, and all this air moves, and you got fire and you got air together. Things gonna move. Things are going to move, baby. And you definitely want to make sure that you're moving in the right direction. You definitely want to pay attention to the smoke screens and to the mirrors. And I know y'all be like, Robin says this all the time. Is that all she has? That's all there is. Until it's not. Seriously, until it's not. That's all there is. You could choose to focus only on the good, the positive. You have every right. Do what you will. You know what I'm saying? But just know that that's not balance. That's not balance. And you can choose to focus only on the negative and the hurt, the pain. Let your freak flag fly. But that's not balance either. You understand? You have to create some balance, because if you are only focusing on the love and the light and only the positive, they're just going to run amok. Your shadows is what I'm saying. Your shadows, they're just going to run amok. Oh, she's not addressing us. Oh, well, we're just going to come flying out. And then at some point, you're going to have no choice but to address it. But as opposed of tackling them as they come, you may have to deal with them all. They're all out now. They're all out. Now what? She ignored me. Come on up. Or maybe that's just me. That's how it works in my world. If I choose to ignore, and I have been, and sure enough, they've been like, she ignored me. This way. You can choose, and by me going through this cycle time and time again, I do notice and I do acknowledge that the cycle, the time frame, it does get shorter. But nonetheless, I haven't become proficient in tackling them as they come. And then I find that I get frustrated that not only do I have this bullshit, but that bullshit. And where the fuck did you come from? Like, it's like that. And had I dealt with this, maybe it would have been a domino effect and these things wouldn't have came up, because this is linked to that. Ashe, I saw you. This is linked to that, and that is like what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? So that was a reminder and an eye-opener. Like, yeah, you're getting there. You're not there yet. you know, but you're getting there. And I strive to be there. What Michael Jackson say, get there. I'm getting there. Well, get there. This is it. This is legit it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just be aware. And to be aware, you must take in everything. You can't be half aware on either side of the spectrum. You have to be aware, be vigilant, you know, have the hard conversations with yourself. Ask yourself the hard questions. Ask them, write them down, take a look at them. If you got a list of 5 or 10 things, you can start somewhere. It really doesn't matter. You can start at the top. And I talked about that. You can start at the bottom. You could close your eyes and spin around and put your finger down. And wherever it lands, that's what we start with first. But it's time to start knocking those things out, because if we don't, those are going to be the blocks. And you're going to be like, I put in all this work. And then Spirit is going to ask you, did you? Did you really? And then you're going to ignore that. Act like you didn't even hear that. And swear that was the negativity coming through. Oh, that was some negative ass shit. Smoke screens and mirrors. We create our own. That's how it starts. You understand? So, yeah, take a look at yourself. Really see what you have going on. Not just what you want to have going on. Not just what you want to obtain, but what's actually going on. What is the bigger picture that is taking place in your life? What's happening? And you're going to have to look in the shadows, because that's where it is. It's hiding in the fucking shadows, either in the shadows of your mind. I know some people are like, oh, where are the fucking shadows? They're everywhere and they're nowhere. They're shadows. They're in your mind. They're in your brain. They're in your heart, your psyche. They're everywhere and they're nowhere. You can't see them. Where are they? Because you're not trying to see them. So where are they? What are they? They're everything. And apparently they're nothing, because we don't want to take the time to focus on them. We only want to focus on this. And yes, good things can be in the shadows. Good things normally are in the shadows. How do you think they manifest and they come? But if you're only focused on the negative, if you're only focused on the things that are going wrong, where are your goodness? Where are they? They're in the shadows. You shining your light over here. So all of this is still in the dark, is in the shadows. And vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you want to move some shit around. Take a good look. What's in that corner? What do I need to clear up? And really rock with your faith in regards that you're not alone. When things get hard, and I find this to be very true, and I ask a lot of, people, especially my friends and my family members and those that are, the holy rollers, when things start to take that turn, and it's just a little challenging, it's not even bad yet, but it's just taking that turn. Then they start wondering, why me? What the hell is happening? I've been praying. Don't question your faith. Now is not the time. It's not. That takes away its power. And you wonder why it doesn't work. Whether it's your faith, whatever you call it, religion, God, Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, Allah, Olu the Mayor, Obatala, Nana Bolo Klo, Papa Lagba, La Sarins, the Barons, Granbois, Gran Urzuli, Hecate, Minx, Newt, Osiris, whatever, Ra, however you rock. You want to make sure that you rock, because the things that are coming are going to have you looking at your faith and looking at your religion like you said. And I did exactly what you said. Why the fuck is this here? That's what it's going to be like. Not really acknowledging that you don't know what's really going on. You were told to do this. And if you've truly been doing this, that's where the faith that with all this shit is coming up now, It has to be for a reason. And if you're instructed to work on it, you work on it. If you're instructed to let it be, you let it be. 9 times out of 10, however which way you don't want it to go, that's the way it's going to go. Like if you don't want to focus on it, you're going to have to focus on it. If you want to step in and do something, you're going to have to let it be. It's the faith part of it. I can't be the only one that's being challenged like this. You know, but then again, I could be. I'm always the testimony, baby, because I'm always having the test. Ashe. No, we having it early. But yeah, just remember what you're doing, why you're doing it, and who's rocking with you. Are you rocking with your spirit? Are you rocking with yourself? Are you rocking? Ashe, ashe. Pay attention to your words. All of them. Whether you say them out loud or in thought. Right now, and I say for the rest of the year, baby. Because every time I'm over here like, oh yeah, the super flower full moon, Sagittarius eclipse, it's going to be beautiful. Beautiful. And it is. But baby, some of the messages that come up, and it happens at every turn because there must be balance. And it's not being cynical. I just want to be clear. It's not being a low-key pessimist. It's none of that. The way my spirit rocks is that, yeah, on this side it is going to be beautiful, but don't forget, you know, you're talking about year of the ox. Don't forget, you're talking about it's a 5-year. Don't forget that you're talking about all these retrogrades. Don't forget that you're talking about all the planetary systems and how they're moving and how they're meeting and what they're doing with each other. You know, don't forget the things that you've been saying. That's how my spirit talks to me. It's a balance. And, you know, for as much information has been coming in, downloads, upgrades, messages, synchronicities, however you want to call it, and as much studying as I've been doing, yeah, you tend to see a lot. You tend to get a lot of information, and it's not all good and it's not all bad. It is what the fuck it is. In my world, they're all heads ups, and I'm grateful for all of them. Even when they're just like, really? For real? Hasn't shit come up from 15 years ago? Really? For real? You want to show up now? For real? It's like that. And for a nanosecond, I was about to go on that tangent, and spirit was like, That's what we're not going to do. Got it together really quick. It's like that. Sometimes it happens without you even thinking. You're so frustrated and you're so fucking annoyed. And you just can't believe, like, now, with all the other shit that's going on YouTube now, remember, shit must come up and be removed in order for the path to be cleared for your harvest to come to you. You're working towards it and it must come to you. And there's a lot of shit that take place in between times. The in-between times, yeah, we're in one of those in-between times. We're being born, some of us, in regards to our faith, our spirituality, our sensuality, our sexuality, and some with dreams, you know, the aspirations, being an entrepreneur, CEO, you know, Babs. Oh, speaking of, a few movies to check out because they also came through. The Matrix. I'm always talking about The Matrix because it always seems to come the fuck through. Alice in Wonderland, because I physically, in my journey, saw the Chester Cat. Yes. And, oh my gosh, the one where the girl was like, and I'll pop your head like a cherry tomato. What movie was that? Dakota Fanning was in that. I keep seeing that movie for some reason, where they had a mind reader and she could determine which way you were going to go and the things you were going to do. I don't know why Limitless is coming up, and that's definitely not that movie, but Limitless must be in there somewhere too. But anyway, there are signs and synchronicities in a lot of things, you know, and if you're a movie dork, Pay attention. You know, I've even heard a couple of songs just on random playlists that my name came up. It said something Robin, and I was like, they say my name. Rewind that back. And sure enough, you know, I had 2 spiders land on me this week. I mean, like, not baby ones, big ones, you know, not them thick ones, just them real thin ones, you know, but nonetheless, 2 bunnies is rising, you know, so there's a lot of energy that's taking place. There's a lot of messages that are being given. There are a lot of heads up in regards to some of the not so good things that are coming, and you must handle them to get them the fuck up out of here. Get them the fuck up out of here. So yes, just remember that there's a lot of shadows taking place. There's a lot of fire taking place. And, but there's also a lot of goodness and love, but you're really going to have to stay focused on the love. It is in the shadows. And that negative energy will definitely continue its course in regards to divide and conquer. It has torn a lot of relationships apart and is going to continue to try to tear down a lot more. So in my group, we talked about sex magic, and this energy is here. Ashe, ashe. Don't forget, rebirth is a thing. It's happening. You know, your flowers are blooming. April showers bring May flowers. So, you know, there's a lot of things coming to life. And it takes a lot of energy for things to come to life. Say your gratitudes, give your offerings, even especially during your hardships. Especially during your hardships. Give your gratitude. That is always something to be grateful for. That's when it counts. When you should, you know, instead you'd be like, please, 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 just help me, just help me, just help me. Take the time and give the gratitude. Thank you. Yes, it is ugly, and I don't even understand how. But I am strong, I am bold, I am brave. I am omnipotent and omniscient, baby. I am militant, baby. I will definitely get the job done. And you will, because it's your will. And you will do what your will wants to do. If you really want to get over that hump, you'll get over that hump. No one says it's going to be easy, but it will always be worth it. Always. So, and I know you got some people be like, that's some blind ass faith and that's stupid. And no matter what you do, life is already predetermined and is a whole lot of other things. And that's fine. Y'all keep on flipping that coin, because that's quicksand for me. You keep playing the odds against the middle, and you keep playing both sides of the fence, and you playing the 50, and you know, you keep running back and forth. You're not doing anything. At least we're taking a stance. We're making a decision. Even if none of this shit exists. I know, I get it. All this is alter reality. It's not real. It's an illusion. It's the biggest illusion of them all. I get it. But we're still all having this experience, and we're still making decisions, and you know, we're living life. I know that people like to do that. They're living life, and we're living life, you know. And for those that rock, we know. And for those that don't, that's peace, not peace. That's peace. That piece, you know? So yeah, just be a warrior. For my amethyst and clover warriors, we already know what to do, baby. Get suited and booted, stay ready so you ain't got to get ready, and tackle the shit that we can handle. The things that are meant for us to deal with, we deal with that shit. And things just tend to work out as planned. The end result, a lot of shit can take place in the tween times, baby. But that was my message for this super full flower moon in Sagittarius. That is an eclipse that was jumped off by Scorpio. Thanks. Yes. I'll take a couple look into the oracle, because like I said, I've seen a lot of animals and a lot of energy that I'm going to spend some time with. But a prayer for the living with purpose out of Speaking with Spirit. And it's 3, y'all. Can I get 2 more thumbs up? Even if you don't feel like it? Just playing. Most High, Mother, Father, Creator, I surrender. Why was this one? Okay. Nonetheless, that wasn't what was on my mind. but apparently this is the one. Got you. Most High, Mother, Father, Creator, I surrender. Rid me of my ego. Allow me to receive in a state of pure and unconditional love the divine that works through me, emitting frequencies and vibrations, attracting what is needed to carry out the plan accordingly to you, Divine Mother, Father. AYIBOBO. I get it now. I understand. Grant me patience in the process as it emerges into sight and physicality from the ethers. Okay. All right. See, when Spirit lead, because this was not the one. That was not the one. Humbled I am to be chosen for this mission and remain steadfast, taking my steps with complete conviction and surrenderance. I receive, I receive, I receive, Ashe, delivering that which has been bestowed upon me to others in grace, light, and ease. Dua netter, Ashe, Ashe. And for those that have the book, we're on page 122, Ashe. Remember, it's a powerful time. If you're doing your spells, don't forget that the portal is open. This is a portal time. It's a portal time. So the portals are already opened. If you're opening your portals, please make sure you close them. That goes for sex magic as well. Your cookie, your yoni, your snatch, whatever you call her, she's a portal. So if you're engaging in sex tonight and you don't even think to call it sex magic, just know that even without sex magic, sex is magic. Ashe, Ashe. So close those portals too. However you start, that's how you finish. Ashe, Ashe, amen, amen. AYIBOBO, AYIBOBO. I give gratitude. However you start, that's how you finish. What you open, you must close. You must close. Ashe, Ashe, be mindful of your words. Proceed with caution and be aware of smoke screens, mirrors, and illusions, especially the ones that we create and throw upon ourselves. Ashe, Ashe. Now, for those spells, workings, and requests, Ashe, Ashe, prayer for safe travel, Divine Mother, Father, Creator. As I embark upon this journey, I walk with purpose. A path is cleared for safety to and from this divine mission. Ashe. Along the way, may I connect to the beauty in all things. May the path be sweet and the days be blissful. May I receive all I cross path with in love and light. As the journey becomes a sacred memory, I give praise and thanks, knowing each step I've taken was in perfect mayat. Dua netter. Yeah. So don't forget to give your gratitudes, even in your workings. Ashe, Ashe, because that's what we're sending out to Papa Like Bud. That's the messages that we want to go out. This is why we're asking for the doors, the gates, and the portals to be open, or any other crossroad deity that you rock with. Ashe, any other portal, guardian that you rock with. Ashe, including yourself. Ashe, Ashe. Yeah, give your gratitude. Acknowledge exactly, Ashe Pops, acknowledge exactly what you're doing. And I know those that rock with spirits and messages and spells, we talk a lot about intent. But every move you make on the day of or gearing up to the day of that you're doing your workings, it should be full of intent. And to be intentful, you must be aware. You're purposely doing something every step of the way. Ashe? Ashe. Now, for those that consider the kid the Debbie Downer, she's done. For those that consider her, always in the shadows, because she's done. Ashe, Ashe. Enjoy your hump day. This is the day for Amethyst and Clover of La Sarin, Yemiya, the mermaids, Ashe, and of course the Malasa. They jump off of me on Wednesday and they go all the way until they want to, which is normally Saturday. So yeah, no ill thought words, curses, hexes, spells, negative energy, low vibrations cross you, your ori, your head space, your auric, your energy space, or your aortic field, your heart space. That's the ultimate takeaway. Focus on the love, especially during the hard times. Let love be the fuel. If you don't like to live in regrets, you can't go wrong with spirit. You can't go wrong with love, baby. Can't go wrong with love there. Ashe, ashe, ashe. If anyone is trying to do any type of harm to us on any type of level with any type of weapon, ashe, ayibobo. We want to send all that shit back to sender 9 by 9 by 9. Baby, it's 90 degrees here today. Ashe, even in the midst of the rain. Ayibobo. Ashe, yo. And if you're not having the Wednesday, the hump day that you want to have, you change that shit, baby. Ashe. Now we got that out the way. Let's just pull up a couple of oracle cards just to see, some words of encouragement because I like to balance out the dark with the light. Ashe. Ashe. Yeah, so any things that we've forgotten or we need to be aware of, things that we need to look out for, let's see what the oracle has to say. Look. Let me do 3 more because y'all didn't see the first 3. Ashe. So we'll call this the as above. And then what's the so below? Oh, this must be the one right here. There we go. Ashe. So the first card we got, of course, fire magic. It's a fiery time, y'all. Fiery time. Take a look into fire magic. Is more than just about, burning shit down. Fire is all about illumination as well. Your spirit is fire. Ashe. So you don't have to be afraid of going into the dark. You don't need to be looking for a light or be like, Corbin, my man, I don't have any fire. Yeah, you do. You do. It's your spirit. Ashe, ashe. And it's also warming and it's comforting. But yeah, it can spark some things off. And when you see this, you see a cat, a lizard. You want to see cats in all of these cards. But for me, cats are a part of me and I'm a part of cats. So I rocks with it. But there's a lizard. And, some lizards, when you cut off a limb, their tail, it regenerates, so let that be a part of that whole life, death, and rebirth phase. And then she has a fire circle, so talking to your candle, take a look at the flame, see how it's blowing, see what it's doing, do some investigation of the fire magic, and then look, this candle is setting this daggone lizard on fire. So what's setting you on fire? What is your passion? Passion is a part of the fire. That red, for grounding and, power, or being grounded in your power. Ashe, ashe. The cat was curious, or, somebody could literally be trying to set you on fire. He knocked that candle over. See it? He did that. See that? He wanted to see what was going to happen. So somebody could be playing with you. Be mindful. But nonetheless, if you know a thing, you know a thing. Even if they're going to do what they're going to do, you already know if you put in that work, that's coming back to thee. You stay focused because this to me is just a distraction. And see, look, knocked over the candle, setting the daggone lizard on fire, but she did not lose her focus. Ashe, ashe. She's like, fuck it, I got 3 more. It's 3 more down there. And then here we have the seasonal harvest. This is exactly what we were just talking about. The harvest is coming. But there's still work. And see, even when your harvest come in, you got to do work. It ain't like, okay, I got my harvest, now what? And you just go on to the next. No, you got to collect the harvest. So she has her, I can never remember what the hell this thing is called. It's a knife of sorts, but it's definitely a witchy tool. I always wanted to call it a bowline, but I don't think that's it. No, that's not it. but whatever that is called, she's using it. She's definitely using it. So that harvest is definitely on its way in, but you're definitely going to have to put in some work. And then you see here is the black and the white. What does black mean to you? What does white mean to you? For me, the black and the white is balance. Is all about balance. It took a lot of balance for her harvest to come in, you know, and then she's out in her attire. This could be her ritual attire. So, you know, don't forget that when your harvests do come in, that's a ritual that needs to be done within itself, especially giving an offering or giving your gratitude and, you know, things like that. What's growing? What's coming in? There's a lot of purple here. There's a lot of pink here. So there's a lot of third eye, first eye, mind's eye, crown, and then above and beyond. But then there's also a lot of green here. Prosperity, wealth, health, but especially love. The heart chakra is green, you know. And then there's white, and it looks like a cloud. So if you're having some doubts or you're just not clear, you're just not sure, do some meditation. And look what comes right up after that. Meditation for creativity. And look, there's some more fire. And he's using his wand, you know. And I've been doing some coloring. I haven't colored in 2 years, but I actually started, destroyed a couple pictures, and then finally got back into my flow and was able to complete one. But yeah, until you can figure out what is setting you on fire, there are total different ways of getting it done. I decided to color because, for one, I'm painting my kitchen and I'm trying to figure out, do I have the right shade of green? I got a couple of greens slapped up on the wall, and I'm just not really too for sure feeling them. I feel like they should be a little bit darker, but then I don't want my kitchen too dark because it's not a huge kitchen. It's a nice size kitchen, but it's not huge. And do I want all this dark in my kitchen? So I'm just playing around with that. And the best way for me to figure out colors is to color. But, you know, what's setting you on fire? That goes along with this, your passion. Doing these two. Sometimes you just may need to take a break. Take a break. You know, catch your breath. And yes, this is a form of distraction, but you're still focused at the same time. Like, yeah, I'm coloring. So others may say, oh, that was a distraction. But again, if I'm working on my kitchen and I need to find the best color green, I got plethoras of coloring pencils, gel rolls, and, you know, markers. Let's find the right shade of green. Let me be inspired by green, you know, and then that's what it is. And then I had so many ideas, and that even sparked off into my business. You know, I created a new blend that I'm going to try out this weekend. So yeah, and that all came from just taking a moment to color. The sun and the stars and the moon, Ashe. And this moon is a crescent moon, but look, it still is in the shadows, you know. Oh, and this reminds me that you will be able to see Venus at certain points in time with binoculars or a telescope, you know what I'm saying? But pay attention to what's going on all around you, you know, the as above and the so below. This could be the as above and we're on the so below, or we're a part of the as above and beneath us is the so below. You know what I'm saying? But it's basically just telling you to be aware, pay attention, be observant. Take some time to either listen to someone that really knows what the fuck they talking about when it comes to astronomy and astrology and, you know, the cosmos and the energies, you know, by all means, or do the research yourself. That's where I'm at with it. And then you have gratitude and thanks, baby. Gratitude and thanks. I think I spoke enough on this, but look at that. Transformation, that number 5 energy. Change and transformation, that life, death, and rebirth. For those that know that I love rocking with the caterpillar because it turns into the butterfly, and we never really take enough time to think about what happens to the caterpillar before it becomes a butterfly. Is it painful? You know, what parts of it dies so that life can come through and be reborn? What's going on, Divine Nine? Greetings. And y'all can feel free to talk to me. Like, you know, I do I feel like I've been on here, for 44 minutes. This is way past the time I wanted to be on here. But yeah, y'all can feel free to talk. It makes the energy come through more as opposed to a one-sided conversation. But yes, lilies. So if anybody has any relatives, and I got an Aunt Lily, but she's still on this realm, but there are probably messages coming through from her, from our ancestors as well. But if anybody rocks with lilies or have a relative on this realm or other realms named Lily, let that be a message come through. This one is a white cat, cat energy always, but the color white as opposed to this first one. And this was a bobcat. That's a bobcat, or what do you call it? Not a bobcat. What, the Maine cat, Maine Coon cat. Take a look into them. They're big. They can be big cats. And this one is a calico. As y'all can see, I love cats. A calico. And then this one is, I'm sure she's probably of a certain breed, but we'll just call her the white kitty cat. And this reminds me. Oh, this one, I'm taking this one for me especially. I actually have a dress that has this, is it a skirt that has this design on the front? I said Lily, which is my mama's sister. My mom just ascended, and we used to have two white cats, Samson and Delilah, and this one looks like Delilah. Oh, and I smell my sage. It must have been in the incense, or the incense just hit the bottom. Oh, way to come through. Way to come through. My sage is burning on its own from the incense. I'm like, and I smell sage. Like, it's sage in there, Robin. Calm down. Calm down, girl. But yeah, nonetheless, though, see that smoke. And she's at a little altar. Nothing spectacular, nothing outrageous. She created one. I created one. See, there's my little one right there for Mama Nasatwa. I got my fan for Oshun and Urzali Dontour. I have my shell for Mama Wata, La Sarines, as well as Yamiya. And then I have Oshun, Oya on the end, was also carries the same energy as Urzali Dontour. For me, that's just for me. I know. One is Ifa, one is Voodoo. I get it. Ashe. Yes, but then there's a lot of purple and pink here, a lot of purple and pink here. So it's higher energy, even though the underrealm is doing its thing, definitely pay attention to the as above. But again, don't just focus on the as above. The eclipse, the Scorpio jump off, and all this fire energy, all of that takes place too. It all plays a part too. It all means something too. It's the balance of it all. Okay, Marie, don't, because you're gonna step on things. Yeah. And she's a tortoise cat. She has different patterns than a calico, so she's a tortoise cat. Ashe. And then you did that. People look at me like, Papa. And the card that fell on the floor, follow your dreams. Like I said, this was the one. This was definitely the one. So definitely a shooting star, or as my mama would say, a moving ancestor. Ashe. Yeah, you definitely want to make sure that you're following your dreams. And this is divination. So maybe some people need to, if you pull cards or you work with your pendulum, tonight is a good night. Actually, the whole week, the rest of the week is a good time. A good time to do that. He got his candles going, trying to see. That goes back to that fire magic, and I'm big on this candle magic right now. And then look, red candles here. And then red candles, red and blue candles here. Oh, that's tonight, baby. I just lit a blue candle. Yeah, that's tonight. But just know that there are definitely a lot of changes, whether you're planting seeds or you're reaping your harvest. You definitely want to make sure that everything is safe and protected, loved, nurtured, and cared for. But you want to keep that fire going. Keep the fire burning bright. You got 3 cards. Oh, 4 cards. Because the sun ain't nothing but fire. Fire upon fire upon fire upon fire, baby. Upon fire, baby. So yeah, there's a lot of fire taking place. And seasonal harvest. This harvest is coming. It's coming. Some of us are already reaping it. Some of us are really close. And I know the closer that we get, the more we feel like saying fuck it, because it just gets harder and harder, it seems like. But keep going. Keep going. Keep on moving. Don't stop. No, keep on moving. That's right. That's right. And yeah, do something creative. Don't forget, even though the moon and Jupiter is squaring off, and that creates conflict of interest, Jupiter is all about abundance, yes, and it's all about fun, yes. It's a free spirit, yes. So even in the midst of all your hardships and all this hard work and all these shadows that we're conquering and we're slaying, we're dealing with, have some fun. You have to find a way to balance your own life out. And whatever is fun for you, that's what you do. Some of the world is opening back up. Carpe diem. Just be safe. And, no matter what you do. Oh, and then I see red and black here. That's Papa Legba for me all day. I don't know if it's picking up on the screen, but it's red and black on this end. That's Papa Legba all day long. All day long. And he's about to ride out, He's about to ride. He's about to follow his dreams. He's going after it. Oh, that energy where we were making wish. We saw a shooting star card, but this is Sagittarius energy is also about making a wish, releasing that arrow and staying true, and it will hit its mark. Oh, truth seed, come through. Yeah. Righteousness, judgment, fairness. Balance is definitely the name of the game, and balance will be had, y'all. Balance will be had. The story of one of the Patakis of Ochusi, where he left his chicken in the house and his mama came home and she cooked the chicken and he thought someone stole the chicken and set out his arrow, released his arrow and said whoever took his chicken, may it be hit by this arrow, and he killed his mama. That's one of the Patakis. Yes. The race is given to ones who continue to the end. Tell them. I was at the beach all night, watched the eclipse for the first time. Ashe. Oh, that must have been beautiful and magical. Did you give an offering? Did you give an offering? Watermelon always works. Flowers, they work. Or whatever your house or coven does, it works. And you saw a shooting star. Well, then there's definitely a message for you in this card to follow your dreams, whatever they may be. Ashe, AYIBOBO. Yeah, definitely. And then I keep seeing these stars in 3s. These stars are coming in 3s, y'all. You have 3 big ones here. Like I said, the Marasa is definitely on deck. The Marasa Twa is definitely on deck. You got the 3 stars here. You got 3 stars here. You have 1 over here, and you have 2 over here. You have 1, 2, 3 over here. They're more clustered together. Yeah. So stuff is definitely taking place. And like I said, that spiritual warfare, when I had the dream of the Loas, the Orishas in battle, is definitely in place. So I am. They're coming to me in the most perfect ways, under grace. Move with some grace, move with grace. And what's the shadow card? Give in to passion. And look at that. All that red, all that power, grounding herself, doing what she loves. Going after her dream, doing what she loves. Are you doing what you love to do? And And then if there are actual music notes coming up out of here, is music, like I said, music was calling my name, like my name was actually coming out in songs. Ashe. And there's more transformation, there's more change taking place here. And she's rocking with her faith, whatever that may be for her. Or maybe she put on the cross to represent the crossroads, and she went out into nature to commune and, you know, receive her answers. Ashe, ashe. Tears of joy and sadness. It's the balance. Even in the midst of, like I said, even in the midst of your hardships, there's something to be grateful for. So one thing can make you cry, and another can make you laugh. And I know you may feel like you Britney Spears in the back of the daggone truck. You don't know whether to laugh or to cry. How about a little bit of both? It's a release. It's time to release. And then the third one is inspiration and courage. And again, more fire. Oh, and this is a lot of blue. Yeah, so this is emotions, the water, the mirrors, the smoke screens and the mirrors, the illusions. Are you really sad, or are you really happy and you feel as though that you should be sad because of everything that's taking place, you know, around you? There's nothing wrong with finding some happiness in the midst of all of this craziness. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with seeing yourself clearly. Don't be too hard on yourself. Look at her. She looks angry in this mirror, or she looks sad. She's frowning. And then here she's smiling. You know, someone inside of you, maybe your spirit, you know, even one of your altars, Ashe, AYIBOBO, someone wants you to be happy. Like, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And then give love. And look, fire upon fire. And is that a hand fast? Yeah, marriage is in the picture for somebody. An engagement, a proposal. You may not necessarily know how you feel about that. You may not know if you should say yes. Take that to your altar. Yeah, but there could be a proposal coming up. They did a hand fasting. The ties that bind is what I always say. And then that moon is full. So I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, even though it'll probably be a total surprise. But yeah, look how she's holding herself and giving herself the courage and the power during her divinational time. And look at all that fire swirling around her. It's a very powerful time. Don't waste it. Don't waste it. But yeah, let me go. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Peace. I have got to work on my time.